My name's Ronan.
And my name's Alex. Join us here at Alicante. We're flying to Madrid today with Iberia Express, operated by Air Nostrum on one of their CRJs.
So here we are, just entering Alicante Airport. Alicante Airport is actually Spain's 5th busiest airport, as it's a really popular gateway to the Costa Blanca. So Iberia do check in on 95 to 96, which is right down the end. Well, not right down the end, it's wherever you check in. So just heading along there now. And we are travelling on their business class product today. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully they do have a fast track lane, because otherwise it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, because it looks rather busy. So as you can see, EasyJet to your left, Iberia to the right, and they do have a business class line. You're Silver, aren't you? So
Yes.
Have you got the boarding pass? Or
yes, I do. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you don't. Okay, that's it.
Just to know if I print it.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you. One thing I think to note is you've got Dwelling here, but then also down the end you've got Iberia. And if you're not in Iberia business, the queue is rather big. There's only one person on check-in, although the check-in was swift, efficient. She was really friendly. She asked if I had frequent flyer status because she didn't notice on the form that I had it already. But yeah, very swift. If you're in business, otherwise it's a bit of an annoying queue. And it looks like you're going to be there for about an hour. So as you come out of the Iberia check-in, as we're in business class, we do get the fast track lounge, which is rather good. And then on your left, you've got an information point with if you need any assistance while you're here. But we'll head down to the fast lane now, and we'll see how it goes. Probably won't be able to film too much, but we'll show you on the video sort of where it is and what it looks like. But we'll head down to the VIP lane now. So straight after security, you're straight into the duty-free section, and there's no way of avoiding it here. You're going through it no matter what. Loads of stuff as usually should expect for duty-free. Plenty of items to buy. But you head along. Alex, what did you think of the security today?
Very quick. Hardly, no, actually there's no queue, but to be fair, I think a lot of the flights to the UK are in the morning.
Or in the evening, there's not like the in-between time. So then you come straight out the duty-free area, and you've got a WH Smith, which has the most expensive meal deal I've ever seen at €8.99. So we're making our way now round to the VIP lounge. If we head over to the lounge, I thought it'd be great to give you some statistics around Alicante Airport. As I said before, it's the 5th busiest airport in Spain with over 15 million passengers a year. That was in 2023. So here we go, just heading down now to the lounge. It's like most European airports. If you're arriving on a domestic flight, you come down here and you don't have any immigration, so technically you're in the departures area when you arrive. And here we are, just arriving into the lounge, and let's see what it's like. It's the VIP Costa Blanca. This is really interesting.
It's like they've it used to be officers and they've gone, you know what, we'll make it a lounge.
Yeah, really weird. Let's just have a walk around. Yeah, it's very weird. Don't know what the seats are either. As we just mentioned, it's a really interesting lounge. It's really slim and long, and the food area is right down the end. We arrived just at transition between breakfast and lunch. Crusty baked beans. Oh gosh. And the ham selection. Loads of bread rolls, different flavours, a large selection of drinks, which is good. Popcorn, crisps, water, wines, juices. Let's see what wine they've got. Plenty of alcohol. Once they changed it to lunch, there was quite a lot of sandwiches, a great selection. Mostly cold, not much warm stuff. They had some sweets, popcorn, crisps, plenty of water. The wine selection was quite vast, actually, with reds, whites, some cava, which is typical of in Spain, And then we head over to the Spirits. Nothing wow here, but it was good enough. And then we head down to the aircraft. Boarding was a little bit chaotic, I have to say. It wasn't the best experience, but here we are just getting on. And here's some information about the aircraft. So we are on one of the CRJ 1000s. It has 100 seats, 14 of those in business, and this is where we're sat in 2A and C. So here we are after getting a bus out to the aircraft. It's really great to be able to go walking onto a ramp, and you drop your large cabin cases off at the side and they tag it up, and you get it back when you get off the aircraft, which you'll see later. So here we are, just boarding up. As you can see, this is where people were just putting their luggage, and it was tagged and then put into the aircraft hold, as the overhead lockers on the CRJ are very small. So the CRJ, as I said before, it's got 100 seats, only 14 of those are in business, the rest of them are down the back in economy, although there's not really much different in the seating. It's a 2-2 the whole way through. The front row has a little bit of extra legroom, which you'll see here, and you get a fancy headrest, if you may. Well, everyone gets headrest, but this one's grey. So here we are, just sitting down into the seat, and as you can see, there's another busload of passengers just waiting to board the aircraft. It's rather slow, as the aircraft's rather narrow, so it does take people a little bit longer to head out. So once we're in the air, they started to drinks round, but before then we had a look around the seat. So plenty of literature in the seat pocket, a six bag, as I can imagine it does get a little bit bumpy in turbulence, a safety card for the CRJ 1000, which is your average safety card, just denoting what to do in an emergency. What I did like about Iberia, well, Air Nostrum, is you got a paper magazine, which is rather rare, I would say, now, especially in Europe. A lot of them have got rid of that just for an online app, which you connect to the Wi-Fi. And let's have a look at what the seat has to offer. Alex isn't exactly the largest guy, and it is still narrow, and I certainly had a little squeeze to get in there, may I say. You've got a tray table in the right side and in the middle, but this is because our seats are at the front, which allowed us to get some extra legroom. It is a little bit fiddly, but mainly because I was trying to hold a camera whilst doing this. But once it's out, it doesn't go out that far. As you can see, my little belly was just touching it nearly. Hopefully not for very longer when I lose the weight. But no, looking at this, it was a perfectly sized tray table, and it does go onto the armrest, which is nice, so it keeps it sort of really stable and sturdy, and I think that's a really good benefit, as Alex will show there. It just means you can put some weight onto it and nothing disrupts it. So we were waiting now to see if there was going to be a service. It was a little bit different. If you'd have seen the video before, which I'll put a link here, it was a little bit different, but no, this was a little bit of a different service. We even had a trolley. So the trolley came out, and it was just a tray of very basic nibbles and some meats and sort of crisps, and this is what it is. So breadsticks, some nuts, cheeses. Someone did have some ham on theirs, which I was a little bit jealous of because I would have liked that one. It all comes cling film wrapped. Obviously there's not enough time for the crew to be able to take all of this apart, but really for a 45-minute flight it was quite impressive. The Iberia glass came out with a bit of ice in it and a can. These are full-size cans, and again, just so much better in service quality compared to the way out. And here we are into Madrid. Here they didn't like you videoing when you were on the ground. We got told off multiple times and they sort of ran after us. So there's not much footage on the ground, but here you can see them dropping the luggage back off, ready for you to collect. And this is us arriving into Madrid. You do just walk over straight into the terminal, and then it's a little bit of a walk up, as you'll see here. And what we'll do is we'll join you back in the lounge.
So some of the flight, I mean, it was a 40-minute flight, so I guess in terms of service, not expecting too much. We did notice it was different to the flight outbound to Alicante. So the flight outbound, it was an offer of, well, you had to pick one snack out of the snack basket, whereas on the flight we've just had now, they came around with plated cheese, had some jam thing and breadsticks, and then what else? Oh yeah, we noticed someone had ham as well, but we thought, I guess they ran out on the flight over. But overall, I mean, it was a short flight. The overall cost of the whole trip, I guess, it's not too bad. So in terms of out of 10, I'd say a 7.
So for me as well, I would say a 7 out of 10 for the flight. If you'd have seen the previous video we did last week, actually it could be a few weeks ago now, of the outbound flight. You'll see the stark contrast between the offering. On this flight, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, even maybe an 8 if they did a second drinks round. So thank you very much.